To the market close, Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to a Bill in Boca Raton. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Not too much. Enjoying the warm weather in Florida just like you, except on the other coast.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
Yep.
Do you listen on the internet right now?
Yes.
Cool, man. Cool.
No, I enjoy that. That's in your Tiger TV and everything. I've been watching you for years, and you've really taken this whole programming to a level that's just phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Surrender and let go of the past. Whatever life takes away from you, let it go. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully in the moment. Letting go of the past means that you can enjoy the dream that is happening right here, right now. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 265, NASDAQ off 75, S&P's off 32, gold contract up $37.80 at all-time highs at $1,659 an ounce. Silver up $1.49 at $40.80 an ounce. Platinum flat at $1,792 an ounce. Copper down 3 pennies at $4.38 a pound. Light sweet crude off $1.59, trading out at $93.29. Bonds up 2 points at 130.30. Dollar index up 15 ticks at 74.61. Euro down 4 ticks at 142. And the yen down 12 ticks, trading out at 77.09. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. Okay. Now, what do we have here? Well, folks, what you have is you have fast price destruction with contraction of volume. And that's what we were expecting coming into this level. So let's go over this little by little. Now, the S&Ps have been in a 112-point range. That is like a trader's paradise. No two ways about that, okay? What are we doing right now? Well, what we've done is this. This leg down started on the 21st. We were at 1347 on the S&P. We come into, first off, the 23rd and 24th of June. We are coming into those areas with some decent volume, 1.1, 1.2 billion. Okay, what do we do out here today? Well, we do 1 billion shares, folks. You got 1 billion shares. You got into this 1258 area, which was the swing point from the 16th. You blew away the 23rd and 24th. You are into the March 16th swing point. Now, March 16th, folks, has 1.4 billion. When you have fast price destruction, contraction of volume, after, and it has to be after this much energy has got expended, you can expect a bounce out of here. Now, this is about as deviant as you get. And this market today, I wanted an ugly close. If you got the newsletter, I put an update out at, 20th of 4. Bottom line is that we got the close we were looking for. Why? Well, what ends up happening is this. Well, okay, so that's your S&P. Let's go over to the Dow next. And there's divergence out here. Don't get me, there is divergence. Let's go over to the Dow. This is what you have in the Dow Industrials. Dow is down 265. Dow is right into the 23rd. The highs of the highs of the low bar, folks, on the Dow is 11,800. And right now we're at 11,866. Bottom line, can it get a little bit lower? Yeah, it can. Does it want to bounce out of here? Yeah, it does. Does it want to break this whole thing apart? Yes, it does. But not right now. NASDAQ. We go over and we take a look at the NASDAQ composite. This is what you have with the NASDAQ composite. NASDAQ composite comes down $75 today. We do 2.3 billion shares. Now, big percentage move, no doubt. You're going into the 23rd. You're going into the March 16th level, and that's 2.6 billion. So when you actually take the indices here. Well, let's do the Russell 2000, because the Russell 2000, first I'll do it with the IWM so you can see the volume characteristic right in it. The IWM, folks, came down today in 88 million. The 88 million was going into 89 million, was going into 126 million. Now, the IWM is the weakest indice. The next indice out here would be basically set up that it would be a toss-up, okay? The S&P's close. The NYA, if you want to see the... Now, what the NYA is this. The NYA is all the stocks that trade and the New York Stock Exchange. The low in the NYA was 78.73. We blew that away. Now, when that gets blown away, no doubt that's serious business. We'll see how the market reacts, meaning can it get back on the other side of it. That low that was established on March 16th had 1.3 billion shares. The 1.7 billion we were coming into. And what happens with the NYA, folks, I won't get that volume until tomorrow. So it's going to be bonds. Let's go to bonds next. Now, what bonds just finished, folks, is this. Bonds just finished an ABC structure on the way up. They hit 131.04. Bottom line is that I suspect what you'll see there also is, a slight turn. So markets absolutely dynamic in this setup in like spades. Let's go to a Nick in Fort Lauderdale. Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Thank you very much for your help over the years. On GBG, I'm in it for the long term. I was wondering if it's all right to continue hanging on. Did you see where it did 5 million shares today and didn't even move? I didn't know if that was good or bad.
Let's take a look at it. You get GBG. GBG, folks, is Great Basin. It's a producer out of Nevada and the Witwatersrand Basin in South Africa. The low is 167. The high is 332. This is no doubt when you have high volume and you are pushing into a swing, that is saying it wants to go higher, Nick. And I can see how this one's always a tricky one. Not GBG in general, but when you do have high volume and you don't have as much movement as you thought you should have had, and you're absolutely right. But when you have high volume and you're pushing into swings, that's cool, man.
I thank you for your help for a long time. Appreciate everything. Good day to you.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Let's get to Mark in Fort Collins. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Not too much, Tom. How are you?
Doing great. You having a good day out there?
Yeah, beautiful day.
Cool, man.
So I'm doing a little bottom fishing here. I'm looking at Genco Shipping.
Yeah, I know. You're going to have to get rid of that group of pull. Let's take a look at it. We got Genco Shipping. This is a huge shipping company. Iron ore, coal, grain, steel. The low is 553. The high is 18. And the reason I said that so quick, Mark, is that I had my group of pull out yesterday. I was hunting all these shippers yesterday because what has happened here is this, folks. These companies have absolutely get killed. And Mark, what had happened is that I saw that article in the Wall Street Journal about, just how bad it was. I said, oh, this is good. Let me go look at some of the shippers, okay? And yeah, they're destroyed. And, it looks like they're going to get destroyed more. So, and I went through a bunch of them. And they're all set up the same, and they're all basically a mess. Let me pull this back, though, to see, because there is going to end up being a buy in these babies.
Yeah, it tested the 27th, which had 3.2 million with 880 today and held, or 990. And then if you go back on a monthly, it's coming into December and November 08 with dramatically lighter monthly volume.
Yeah, but it looks like it already broke underneath it. I had the low there at 643, and you're at 554, right?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if that was a false break because of the volume.
Yeah, no, no, I don't like seeing that. Like, when you break under those levels, man, I wouldn't touch it just yet. Here, go over if you go over to Dries too, okay? And this is a cult stock, no doubt. And I went through a bunch of them yesterday, and you can see what happened with Dries today. Dries is going to bust out the bottom, man. Do you know what I mean? Keep them on your radar, though, because these are going to come into the right deal. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just not ready yet. And folks, what Mark and I were doing, okay, when he said the group of pull, yesterday when I saw that article, I said, you know what, I've traded that a few different times, and those are great trades when you can get them right. And I suspect after even that article, you know, people went into it, and, you know, this thing wants to take another leg down, meaning the shippers, and then they'll be ready.
Okay.
Okay, man. Let's go to Phil in Denver. Hey, Phil, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how are you doing this afternoon?
Doing great. You having a good day out there?
Oh, absolutely. It was a wild one today, huh?
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Hey, I went along the market today, SSO and FAS, but if you could comment on that. But what I specifically called
When you went long, what time did you go long?
About a half hour before the close, actually. So
Okay.
I'm down.
Okay, so that's nothing. So you're not even in a losing position. Okay.
Well, I'm down a little bit, but I'm not down that big on it.
Okay.
So, but I just wanted to get your opinion on silver. SLV traded less than 30 million shares today, and had a big day on that, and I'm long the ZSL. So
Okay, so let's take a look at you got the SLV, the low 17, the highs 48. Now, folks, this is the iShares Silver's Trust, and what he said is that he's long the ZSL, which is the short silver. Okay, so we're looking at this to say, okay, what's going on in that market? Right now, you get 30 million shares. You're going into 49 million shares. It's going to need a lot more than that to get up and over those levels. That's what it comes down to. If we actually go, let's go right into the silver contract, all right? So if we take a look at the silver contract, what we had out here today, silver contract has 43,000 contracts. You're going into 77,000 contracts, so it's going to need a lot more. It's going to go tag it, though. I suspect it'll tag that $40.59 tomorrow. And as we're doing that, why not go over to gold? Gold, folks, today GCZ made an all-time high. Now, what you have with gold is this. Price-wise, no doubt, that's a huge acceleration up today. Well, let's put it this way. It gets interesting here because we're dealing with such a high price. Percentage-wise, it was a 2.3% move. Dollar-wise, you know, you get 37 bucks, which is a nice move. Now, the move itself, when you have wide price spread, that's what you had, but you still didn't have the juice behind it. So it's going to get interesting, you know. The smaller move here looks like gold can actually get to 1723. You know, it's going to be a close call because we did 154,000. It should be doing 250, but what it did do is that it got over a small B point that had 156. So it's like, okay, can it do it? Yeah, maybe it can. We'll see what.
Where would you put a stop on ZSL, Tom?
ZSL, let's take a look at it. Now, this is where, folks, this is where you absolutely want to understand how the doubles and how the triples work. You're at 1282 right now. The last swing point out there was 1251. Just put it right under 1251, man. That's it. Don't give it anything else.
Okay, thanks.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. It's Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We have the Dow off 265. NASDAQ off 75. S&P's off 32. We're going to be right back.